Leafs Nation, Johnny T, John Tavares is coming home. Oh my goodness, John Tavares earlier today about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. John Tavares signs a 7-year contract, $77 million with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Look, I'm sorry. Yeah, it sucks to see JVR and Bozak go because of how long they've been with the club and what they've gone through with this team. But at this point in time, I don't really care. John Tavares is a Toronto Maple Leaf. You look at the Leafs center core now. Tavares, Austin Matthews, Nazem Kadri. Hello? You got one more need. Now, obviously, with Bozak and Derek Ryan being taken already, I think Riley Nash is still out there, if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, whatever. We're here to talk about Johnny T, John Tavares. And you heard about, his long-winded message on Twitter. And you know what I love? Two things. Number one, he's already changed his Twitter bio to a player for the Toronto Maple Leafs. That's already happened. Tells you how pumped up he is. And he says here, the island, the fans, the organization, my teammates will always have will always be special to me and my family. But it's time to live my childhood dream here in Toronto. Leaf fans, is that music to your ears or what? And guys, I actually got, Pierre LeBrun on TSN posted kind of how his contract is going to shape up. And this is why I love this contract even more. First off, it's only a 7-year deal, not the 8-year deal. Obviously, we heard why that couldn't happen yesterday. But today we heard that it's a 7-year contract, and this is how it's breaking down. Year one, $15.25 million, if I'm not mistaken how that works. I think that's how it works. Then 15.25 for year two. That's a lot. Those are a lot of money. But year three drops to 11.09, so it's like $4 million less. And then in year four, it drops to 8.44. And then in years 5, 6, and 7, it drops to 7.04. So if Leaf fans are talking about, oh my goodness, 7 years, do the math, he'll be like in his mid-30s. We're going to have a big-ass contract on our hands. It doesn't even matter. Because it's only going to be a $7 million deal. And if this guy's putting up a 60-point year every single season for this team at whatever age that'll be, you won't hear me complaining at all. Because he's only making $7 million. Now, yeah, the first couple years are going to hurt. But guys, remember, we lost JVR, Bozak, Komarov, Plekanec, Roman Polak, for goodness sake, is gone. Dubas, thank you. And I'm just so jacked up. And guys, do you see why the Leafs didn't draft Joe Veleno now? A center. With our oldest center being Tavares, I think he's right now 27. I think he'll be 28 by season start. But that's him and Kadri are your oldest centers. Veleno won't be a top 6 guy on this team. That's why they go after Sandin, and it works. You draft your defenseman, you draft your top 2 defensemen in the first 2 rounds, and then you get John Tavares in free agency. Now there's still work to be done. They still need some defensemen, but you know what, Leaf fans? Let's just enjoy this. Let's enjoy John Tavares being a Toronto Maple Leaf. Let's take it in. Just enjoy the feeling. Because remember Steven Stamkos, that whole spiel of him coming to Toronto? It never happened. And you saw on Twitter. I tweeted it out. I'm actually going to find them right here. I retweeted most of them. Obviously, him and Kadri played together in London. I saved you 91 this time. Welcome home at 91 John Tavares. Or at 91 Tavares. Morgan Riley, happy Canada Day, everyone. Welcome John Tavares. Austin Matthews, and apparently he tried, apparently I heard from Austin, or not from Austin Matthews, but apparently Austin really tried to recruit Tavares, telling him how amazing he'll be, how it's a great chance to win. And bottom line, he wanted him here like crazy, and he tweets out, welcome aboard, 91 Tavares, pumped to have you in blue and white, and now call you a teammate, #GoLeafs. Mitch Marner, welcome aboard, excited to have you a part of the Maple Leafs family. And this is all within a span of probably about 10 minutes, those guys tweet that out. You can see the genuine excitement from the Leafs team and the Leafs fans And you can also see the excitement from John Tavares coming home to play for the team he grew up cheering for. I mean, enough said. But we are all overjoyed. We are ecstatic. We are all on cloud 9 right now. And I heard a lot of people talking about trading Nylander and trade. Look, right now, let's enjoy this. And think about all that stuff later. Dubas has a plan. He loves William Nylander. He loves what that guy brings to the team. I do too. For goodness sakes, I bought his jersey. That's why. It's another reason why I don't want him moved. And he's such a talented young player. Guys, you gotta be good. You gotta get some. We've talked, and Evan and I talked about this on the podcast during the playoffs. Center depth is key. Is huge. Montreal has none. The Leafs have 3 centers that could be top-notch. For goodness sakes, we have 3 guys who can score 30 goals down the middle. It tells you how good this team is. Winger-wise, you got Marner. My goodness, if Marner's play, just the combinations to think of. We totally forget about what Patrick Marleau has brought to the team. The forward core is beautiful. Now, yes, you lost Bozak. Yes, you lost JVR. They signed Josh Juris to a little contract. He could possibly be battling for a 4th-line center. Obviously, with Altonen going to the KHL, that's a thing that could end up happening. But with what we saw today, let's enjoy it. All right? We saw some Leafs go. You saw, obviously, we haven't seen Leo Komarov as of confirmed. It has not been confirmed as of yet. But you've seen Bozak go to St. Louis. You've seen JVR go back to Philly. And you've seen Polak go to the Stars. It was bound to happen. You had to clear up some money and some roster spots because you got a lot of young guys coming up. And then you signed John Tavares. Guys, I'm going to leave you with this. John Tavares is a Toronto Maple Leaf. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. All right, so you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. If you guys enjoyed this video and you guys are jacked up about John Tavares being on the Toronto Maple Leafs, just smack that like button. I do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below, guys. Do you like the contract? Do you think it's going to be good? Now, I know money-wise it's a little up in the air for the first few years, but how do you feel about the contract as a whole? What do you think? Where do you think he's going to fit in with this team? I want to hear everything John Tavares, anything. Just go ahead and have a blast with it, all right? And I will talk to you guys very shortly. Raptors edition. Freddie VanVleet, Steady Freddy, got re-signed by the Raptors. We'll talk about that in a little bit. And the Jays get smashed on Canada Day by the Detroit Tigers. But it doesn't really matter because Freddie's back and John Tavares is a Toronto Maple Leaf, all right? So that is going to do it for this one. I hope you guys enjoy this video. And if you guys are jacked, just leave all the love and all the support. And I'll say it once again because I'll never get tired of it. John Tavares is a Toronto Maple Leaf.